Not long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joined forces to play Dungeons & Dragons. Inspired by boredom and equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. So gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest to make absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched, a D&D podcast.
Previously on Botched.
These fucking kids are crazy. Burn this station to the ground.
Welcome back, junior researchers, to the 7th episode of our 9th season of Botched.
Do you know who my brother is?
I don't know who my brother is. We're going to start a little while after we left off last time. So more and more of these anomalies keep popping up, like these just strange occurrences. Some of them are a little closer to normality than others, but, you know, the Foundation, this newly minted Foundation, is having a very tough time figuring out how to deal with all of these. And while they're trying, and they're also having a hard time keeping things under wraps as they just keep getting more and more expansive. Now, some of the researchers are working on certain chemicals to keep people from not remembering things, but it's not going great. There's a lot of side effects, and there's a lot of degradation of those memories, or just minds in general. So, but you guys get a call in that a submarine off the coast of India has gone missing. And just before they went out of contact, they were speaking about seeing something gargantuan on their monitors, and then all of a sudden they just started talking complete nonsense, and then everything went silent. And
Voice and head, I'm assuming this is the southern coast of India that it's off of.
Yeah,
okay.
It's in the Indian Ocean. Yeah. I don't know.
How did they say how big of the thing was, or anything else that we can go off of?
They just said it was gargantuan. They didn't get it was a rushed message. They sounded terrified, and then everything cut out. And they sent out a team, like a rescue team, to try and find them. All they found were some debris of the submarine, but nothing else substantial. And
I'm sure they're fine.
At that point, the rescue squad just got terrified and left, and no one in that government wants to deal with it.
I don't have my player's handbook with me, voice and head, but gargantuan, that means it takes up a 4x4 grid, right?
Yeah. Sure.
That's a D&G joke for you there, fellas.
A lot of math.
We play D&D on this show if you forgot.
What is this D&D you speak of? It wasn't invented. It wasn't invented yet in 1953. So apparently we're staying in.
We're playing chainmail.
Yeah. Ooh. But yeah, so they said it was very, very large before it cut out. Before they started speaking nonsense.
Oh my god, it's so big.
Imagine your last words are very, very large.
Oh my God! It's so big.
It's very, very large.
So very large.
Very large. How do you fit all that in there?
Tell my mother.
It was very large.
Very, very large.
Well, fellas, I can't swim, so I'm gonna have to sit this one out. You know, I know I haven't been going on a lot of the field ops, but I just got tired all the time. My back hurts, and I don't really want to talk about it anymore. But what do you say we send some frog boys down there, figure out what's going on?
I think I've got a friend who might be able to take care of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't fucking do boats.
Okay. So you guys dispatch a submarine or just a regular boat with people on it?
I know a guy with a submarine.
Okay. I mean, you guys work for the government, or you guys have government contacts, so you can probably acquire a submarine. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, this is Captain Octavius, submarine captain. Okay. And I'm here to pilot these fine fellows to the Indian Sea. Okay. I'm also a marine doctor.
Okay. How big is this sub that you have?
Sure.
It's like a little teeny tiny
it's
person
a war
sub,
sub,
or is it like a war sub? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so it's pretty big. So you probably have a crew.
With a torpedo tube.
Okay, but you have a crew.
Yes.
All right.
It's an old decommissioned diesel submarine from World War II we picked up. They didn't want to give us one of those new nuclear ones, but we'll get one.
Okay. So you have I'll say you have a crew of what, 15?
Yes, it's a 15-man diesel sub that we stole from the Russians.
All right, so you got a 15-man sub. And then who are my other people who are the other two main characters who are on this sub? Because I don't know what you're playing, but I would guess marine biologist, but I don't know with you people.
I told you,
one of you could be a marine podiatrist, and the other one's a paranormal fish doctor.
study.
I don't know.
Each time I descend into the ocean, it is like a return to the womb. The amniotic fluid of the Earth's belly surrounds me, threatening to crush me, but also to entomb me forever in joy. My name is Brock Too Slow, and welcome.
Brock Too Slow.
And welcome to the ocean with me. I am here with my assistant, Klaus.
Hello.
Say hello, Klaus. You wait until I say hello, Klaus.
You did. You told me to say hello. As I said hello.
You said hello first.
I'm sorry, Brock. I won't do it again.
That's fine.
Do you have
See
a
that you
specialty,
did not.
Klaus, or are
I'm
you just
Klaus.
assistant?
Microbiologist and also with the cameras.
He's
Okay.
a certified assistant. Yes, he is very good cameraman.
All right.
And I am very familiar with octopus.
Okay.
Says octopuses.
That may come in handy.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are off the coast of the of India. You're in the Indian Ocean. How would you like to proceed?
Down.
Also,
12
before
knots.
before that, are you bringing any specific equipment with you? Because we always have to play this game. Equipment that existed.
Well, hold on. Let me.
I would
Google.
like an octopus freeze ray.
Scuba
It only
gear.
freezes octopuses in a 10-mile radius.
Well, what does the submarines have already?
Torpedoes.
Okay.
I mean, a decommissioned torpedo. It's a decommissioned submarine.
Fully
They're gonna put
armed and
active
operational
torpedoes on it.
Yes.
Well, everything the submarine would have, we would have.
Yeah,
Smoke
like
screen.
a war submarine.
I'm googling if diver propulsion vehicles existed. Okay, well, I mean, technically, the Japanese did develop manned torpedoes, which kind of counts.
Portico sent those over, yeah.
I will say that the SCP took that technology and it's been developing over the time. So you do have like a very
Rudimentary.
there's the word we're looking for.
It's like a
Rudimentary.
diving bell with a fan on it.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay, so we will be able to do an extravehicular activities.
Sure, yeah,
And Klaus will be able to flex his cinematographer skills,
sure.
which he loves to flex. Let's flex for them, Klaus. Look at those
Oh.
muscles.
Impressive. Ooh.
Yes, and I have a above deck harpoon.
Above deck harpoon.
Yes,
Okay.
like
Above
a
deck
launcher.
harpoon.
All right. Which doesn't do you any good
If we
you're
breach the
undersea.
water,
Yeah, if you're
I
above
can get
water.
on top and
Yep, that's true. It's true.
just got a little bullseye for aiming.
You will tell his son Steven all about it when he gets home.
Okay. So, aside from down, how would you like to proceed?
South.
South. Okay.
Towards the last known heading of this vessel that we are
Okay.
pursuing.
Correct.
All right. So you're heading south and downward.
Well, what does the fish finder say?
Nothing yet. Normal little stuff.
May
Nothing
I
in the
ping
distance.
with the sonar?
What was the coordinates that the other ship found? Big scare?
So their last known coordinates are about a mile away from where you are right now.
Okay, well that's I will suggest to the crew
A
that's where we
nautical
go.
mile.
Yes.
I will cut
Whatever that
the
is.
engines, boys,
Okay.
on silent running mode,
Okay.
and we will ping our radar
Ping pong.
Okay.
to find anything within.
So you guys get down to about the area where the last known, transmission came from. And you're silent running, so you're not making any noise. You're pretty deep, but you're not all the way at the bottom or anything like that. And your sonar does pick up a pretty big blip. And by big, I mean it covers that entire section of your sonar screen.
And it's not a mountain?
No, because it seems to be moving a little bit. It's bigger than a mountain.
That's large.
Yes. You have portholes. You could try looking out, but it's pretty dark down here, so you might not be able to see anything.
We turn on the lights.
I don't know if we. I belay that order, Shun.
Oh.
If it sees us, it might take action.
What makes you think a creature that lives this deep in the ocean would not be able to see in the dark?
Well, it hasn't thrashed us yet.
But turning it on might blind it.
By the way,
It's sensitive to light.
all three of you, roll
Yeah,
me sanity saves.
I'm a captain of a submarine vessel,
Doesn't
sir.
matter.
And
Yes,
I
have
fear
been in
no
the ocean.
creature of the deep. I got a 22.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You have a headache, but it's not anything you've never dealt with before.
I am also very familiar with the compression sickness. I got rolled 18.
You also are pretty all right, though you are experiencing quite a bit of head pain. It's different from your normal compression sickness, I would say.
Klaus, how are you feeling?
Glass got an 18.
Same thing.
Klaus is strong.
Some of the crew are not doing as well as others. Like, they are clutching their heads in, like, indescribable pain, they say.
Little baby.
Keep it together, men.
And all of you feel...
Everyone calm down, H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just-
you can just say ouchie.
You feel very uneasy. Like you're being watched. But all of you
Should
have
we-
this feeling.
Send out the exploratory dolphin.
Do you have a dolphin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Darwin? Sorry, Marwin?
Marwin.
Yeah, Marvin.
Marwin the dolphin.
Marvin.
Marvin.
And, it's got a little head cam.
Yes.
Yes, he is a D-class dolphin.
It
He
is very bad.
he did something very nasty to a woman, and he is now a prisoner
Oh, Marvin.
of the SCP organization.
He lived in a
Dolphins are horrible creatures. Actually, they look cute, but they are evil.
They're supposedly the
They don't-
only other altruistic animal other than us, apparently.
They don't beat up
mixed
sharks
bag.
to save
It's a
us. They
mixed
beat
bag.
up because they love violence.
Oh, yeah, they just fucking love beating up sharks.
That's
Like,
right.
oh, they think they're so tough, do they? I'm going to beat them to death. They're going to bleed from the inside out.
That's right.
So, I don't think you have a camera that you could strap to a dolphin's head in 1955.
Okay.
53?
We could send a
why
man
do we
out
do
ringing
so?
a dolphin.
I mean, you could just send a dolphin, but like...
We can't.
How
I don't
are we
speak
gonna
dolphin.
communicate? How are we
voice
gonna
in head.
communicate with dolphin?
you have a string attached to it. You just talk through it. Like,
A
you know, those
string and a
cups?
cup.
Under
Yeah.
cup, yeah.
It's got a cup to the back
But
of
it's
its
a
head.
plastic cup, not a paper cup.
we can-
because we do not want it to dissolve under
Yeah,
the ocean.
exactly,
We
exactly.
can send
got some
Sailor
straws,
Jerry
too.
out there riding the dolphin with a string on a cup, and he can describe through the bell end what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, if the dolphin could speak, you could have like a little radio attached to it, but like...
That's what Sailor Jerry's for.
So you're going to have someone riding the dolphin
Yes.
with a radio.
Yes.
What's the pressure down here?
It's not so bad. Like, a person could survive down here.
Sailor
How far
Jelly
dis-
is a
how
stout
If they
far
have proper
south
headgear,
Deep
anyways.
are we? How
You're,
deep are we?
you're pretty deep, but you haven't hit that, like, critical threshold. You're
Deep
definitely
enough
not
not to
too
die.
deep
We're
for a
not
sub.
at a crush depth.
Not quite, no. But it's
Okay.
it's pretty deep, but it's not that bad.
Send out Jerry.
Send him.
Okay, so he's riding a dolphin, or he's just swimming and holding on to the little
He's holding
device?
on to the dorsal fin.
He's holding on to
He-
a dolphin. Okay.
And he has a cowboy hat. He goes yippee-ki-yay
Okay.
as he rides the dolphin.
Dolphin
on the-
fucker.
All right.
dolphin fucker. Do you need help?
Do you need assistance?
Yippee-ki-yay, dolphin fucker.
All right. So he rides a dolphin. Does the dolphin have a headlamp or anything?
Duh.
Okay, just
Die.
checking. So dolphin has a headlamp attached to his head. Are you guys like? Is
Dolphin
he on a
lamp head.
tether or anything, or is he just riding free?
He's riding
Oh.
free.
He's on a taser.
He's
Okay,
on
he's on a tether?
He's
Got
on a 500-meter taser.
Okay.
What, you think
So
he
he-
won't come back?
So he rides out, and who's going to be my guy on the tether?
The class will get tether.
Oh, Klaus is up.
Okay. Not Sailor Jerry?
Oh, no, like holding the tether.
He's on the taser. He's not on the dolphin.
Okay.
Oh, what I mean
Sailor
is...
Jerry is on the
Yeah, I mean, is anyone playing the person who's out in the ocean right now?
Sailor Jerry.
But who's playing Sailor Jerry?
Hey, I'm Sailor Jerry.
There we go.
There he is.
There's Sailor Jerry. All right, Sailor
I'll do
Jerry.
anything it's asking
Also
me.
an amateur clown.
Yeah. I'm a rodeo clown. I specialize in dolphins. So you
Man, he's got such smooth skin.
Jerry, you ride out into the deep, dark ocean, and oh boy, is it dark. You only can see, I mean, you can't even really see anything that's illuminated
Sanity
by the
check.
light.
Marvin.
But yeah, you ride out. The moment you leave the ship and you start going in the direction of that big thing that's on the sonar anyways,
Keep me safe, Marvin.
roll me a sanity check.
Sailor Jerry got a 15 on the die.
You are feeling real weird right now,
sanities.
Sailor Jerry. You got a lot of head pain, and you're feeling very uneasy right now. But you continue onwards.
I don't like this, Marvin.
Yeah. You're continuing to stay into contact.
Classic dolphin sound.
Nailed it.
However, as you ride forward, you can't remember why you're down here. Nor can the dolphin.
I think Marvin's food bowl is empty.
Neither one of you remember why you're down here, or what are you doing? What's going on? Neither one of you have it.
Well,
Any
Marvin, are we here because we're unrequited lovers?
High, low.
Low.
Okay. In your mind, you've formed new memories that you and Marvin have formed this strange love that Marvin, who can communicate effectively, can
I know. I
agree to
understand
this.
Marvin. Yeah.
Yes. And so you have escaped the bounds of what's acceptable from society, and you're swimming down into the ocean to be together. That's the memory that is formed in your
Marvin,
brain.
we're finally free to express ourselves.
High, low.
Hi.
Marvin does not have that same memory.
But I'm caressing Marvin.
Marvin has a very different memory. You don't know what it is,
Marvin does. Marvin's
but
here.
Marvin does.
Marvin.
Hey, Marvin, your memory is that you have been subjugated by this individual, and he is riding you into war and
I
using
dive.
you. Okay, so you dive. Still continuing forward or just down?
I love you,
the
Marvin.
dolphin?
Give me a high-low, Dennis.
High, low.
Low.
Oh, I rolled 100. I was like, oh, it's low. Oh, never mind. That other number is also a 0. So what? You
got
are
it
or you
wrong.
aren't? You're just diving down and away, or
Yes.
just going crazy? Okay. Roll me a deck save,
Sailor
Jerry.
Marvin, what are you doing? Come back. Because he rolled a 7.
Okay. You lose hold of Marvin the dolphin, and Marvin just swims off into the nothingness.
What about the tether that's on
It's
us?
attached to you,
Oh.
not to Marvin. You also notice that after about a minute, the light disappears from Marvin,
Uh-oh.
and you feel this really, really unsettling feeling, and your mind is like you don't even know what's real anymore. Like you can't remember your childhood, but like there are other like weird memories that you don't recall ever having before. Like everything's just soup in your brain.
But I gotta find my lover, Marvin.
You don't even remember Marvin. Who's Marvin?
Shit.
You've forgotten everything. You're just down here in the fucking ocean. You
I'm
don't even remember.
Waterman now.
Meanwhile, back on the ship, you just hear him talking about his unrequited love for Marvin, and then it sounds like he's just stranded in the ocean.
Oh boy, Klaus does not feel good about any of this. He looks on the fish find, 600s. What's he says?
You see that massive shape moving right in the direction of Jerry, Sailor Jerry, and it's way, way, way bigger than what your sonar can even like show.
Ruh-roh.
It takes up more space. Like, it's not even encapsulating the entirety of the sonar because you're the dead center of it, but like it's still moving. Like it looks like it's extending, so it's huge.
It's like the Star Destroyer at the beginning of Star Wars.
Kinda, yeah.
Just keeps going.
What are you guys doing? Sailor Jerry's losing his mind down there.
Klaus, would you like to start pull the crank and bring Sailor Jerry back in?
I
Sure.
I'm gonna crank off Sailor Jerry.
Great. Roll me a strength check.
Crank him harder, Klaus.
That's a critical fail.
Okay.
I grab for crank and crank break.
You go to crank, and you're cranking it the wrong direction.
Oh,
So it's just loosening it.
I come behind Klaus.
But you're cranking it fast, so you're really
I come
loosening.
behind Klaus. I stand behind him, and my hands slide past his hips and up his arms, and I say, "Let me show you."
Okay.
I will help him so he can roll again.
Okay. Roll again.
14.
You're like, I was turning it the wrong direction. So you're turning it, but you're having a lot of friction.
Well, yeah, he's in water.
Yes.
Friction is, you like a little bit of friction. It is what makes the magic happen.
Jerry, you can't help but notice that there is even though it's very dark down here, you still see a shape in the darkness moving towards you. And you are... Roll me a sanity check with disadvantage.
Well, that crit 20's right out. How's a 3?
You are freaking right the fuck out, man. And you see the shimmer of 2 large globular eyes. And just like what appears to be just the ever so just subtle shine of some teeth as this thing moves in a serpentine pattern towards you. And before
I don't like sea snakes.
Yeah, before you realize it, you notice that that little slight shimmer has opened very wide, and you are staring down the gullet of an absolute gargantuan creature.
I thrash about wildly trying to get away.
Yeah, and it just chomps down and eats you.
Poor Jerry.
You guys on
Does the
sonar.
line-
The line goes taut, like really taut, like doesn't move, and then it gets very loose.
Crit 20 to reel it back in.
Yeah, you reel it back in, it's just frayed on the
great.
end.
Everything fine now.
Frayed on the ends and bloody. There's also like a strange kind of black goo on the very end of it, a little bit. But you notice that on the sonar, that big shape has moved back and away.
We told Jerry not to put the taser up his butthole, but he did again.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I think that this creature is beyond any of us. Shall we fire torpedoes, or shall we slink away slowly?
I believe our instructions are to contain.
Or figure out
I
what it
think
is in the first place.
I would like to go closer, no? We should go closer. It seems to come out a bit and then go back in.
Yeah. It has receded. So
Like the captain's hairline, we should get closer, yeah?
We shall advance slowly on silent mode.
okay. Are any of you looking out the windows as you advance?
Yes.
What you mean portholes?
Portholes, sorry. So on your sonar, the large thing has receded way back, like further away than it was to begin with, and looks like it's just sitting still, not moving at all. But as you proceed down through where Sailor Jerry was, it's this cloud of this really thick, almost gray-like mucus that you're like just driving through. And then eventually you go through the cloud and you head on down further. And on sonar, as more and more, as you get closer to it, again, doesn't appear to be moving anyways, but it's massive, absolutely massive on the sonar, like the biggest thing you've ever seen. Now you could also activate lights and you could look out the portholes or whatever.
Seems like a terrible idea.
But again, no movement. You've gotten closer to it than what was even the broadcast of those people that died. So you've gotten even closer than that. But
The last time someone turned on a light here, it killed them. But we're not going crazy as we get closer.
you continue to have that really uneasy feel in your head.
Some of the crew members?
And like some of your memories are getting a bit foggy, but you haven't totally lost your minds or anything.
I
like
logged
that.
this all in my captain's log.
Okay.
Captain's log. My brain's getting a little fuzzy as we grow closer to the gargantuan creature.
Sometimes you can't remember why you're down here. Sometimes
Why am I talking into this stick?
you're not sure what's real or not. What are actual memories and what are fake memories?
Am I a bear running through the woods?
Could be.
Is there a forest growing out of my palm?
Yeah, you don't know. And some of the native members of the ship, like people who are from the Indian region anyways, there's certain whispers amongst those crew about what they think is down here.
What's that?
Well, the
say.
rumor that's going on, they think it's Anatasesha, which is the serpent god who's underneath Vishnu in the cosmos. And they say
obviously that is absurd.
Well, so that's what they think. I mean, you have a giant creature down here, so who knows? Could be a god. You don't know.
Well, how does Anatasesha feel about nuclear warheads?
Probably doesn't like it. Not that you have a nuclear warhead on here.
I said I had torpedoes.
You had torpedoes, and I said they were decommissioned because they gave you a decommissioned sub.
And I said I had live torpedoes.
Yeah, you said that,
Yes.
and I told you don't. Now, you could try to engineer them back to life, but how would you like to proceed? Continue to move closer to the thing? There's like a trail of this like gray, cloudy stuff going all the way down to
the black gloops that we got from the line. Can I run tests on it and see what it is?
So, yeah. Well, so are you like? How are you running? Like, what kind of tests are you running on this goo?
Well, I'm not going to touch with hands, but what is it? Maybe put it in a petri dish and look under a microscope.
So, it definitely. So you're not even quite sure how to categorize this stuff. It's definitely a naturally occurring substance. It seems like, but
is it moving?
It's organic.
No, it's not. It's not moving or anything like that. It's like a gray, almost outside of the water. It's like a gray jelly almost. But yeah, just looking at it, it looks like it's natural. Doesn't seem like it's moving.
But it's not like an egg or
anything.
anything.
No, it doesn't seem like it's got
Does
eggs
it?
in it.
I'm very familiar with many forms.
Is it
of,
money? No, it's not money.
Many.
I am very familiar with many forms of life in the ocean. It is like a second home to me.
Okay.
And I would like to apply my extensive knowledge to see if I can determine exactly what this is.
Is it whale semen?
Roll a nature check with advantage.
I will do that.
Class says it doesn't taste like whale semen's.
Did he eat it?
No, I'm not that dumb.
Okay. So, being a marine biologist, you are familiar that, certain ocean creatures do secrete certain substances, either from a defensive standpoint or sometimes it's just an excretion. This material did not appear to be there when Jerry went down there, so your guess is that the creature excreted this after consuming Jerry. So you're not sure what it is exactly. It doesn't have the properties of fecal matter, so you don't think that's what it is.
I'm going to designate it with a random word. Let's call it ambrosia.
Why?
Sure.
I mean,
someone else designates it with
Gotch.
something more official.
Oh yeah, what do they call it then?
It's a great idea. Where fucking
the gods ate ambrosia.
Oh,
are you not?
They
a
mark
god?
it as Y909.
Y909.
Yep, that's the scientific designation that they give it. The SCP folks. Anyways,
are we in contact with them?
These fucking.
I mean, you just have
nerds.
members on the boat.
Ah, yes, SCP members. Do you think we should feed this to someone? Perhaps a prisoner in the brig?
You don't have a prisoner.
I will.
No.
soon.
It's not a prison boat.
No, we shouldn't eat that.
Should we put it on someone's face?
We shouldn't use it as any sort of cosmetic, food, lubricant, personal lubricant, prophylactic. I just wouldn't let it come in contact with the human body.
Okay.
We can take some back later to Site 1 and maybe play around with it.
Okay.
Like mercury out of a thermometer
Put
in
it
our
in
palms.
a container.
But right now, no.
Okay.
Is it burning through the
No.
petri dish or anything?
Does not seem to be acidic in any way, shape, or form.
All right. Well, when our divers got close, they kind of lost their minds and forgot what they were doing. And sometimes, while I'm taking this, who am I and why am I chalking into this box? Site representative, do you think this could be a good source for making Forgetty juice for when people see things that they shouldn't?
Forgetty juice.
I'm not exactly sure what your fascination with using this as something to put inside your body is. I don't know why you want to do that.
Well, we could shell Forgetty spaghetti to the
Forgetty spaghetti.
Are you some sort of fucking sick, twisted, perverted entrepreneur? What is going on here?
Well, I think his whole point is maybe we can use the prisoners to feed to this monster and get more gloops out of them. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind. Sailor Jerry is dead, and all y'all are talking about is selling his shit as fucking spaghetti sauce.
I think
I'm losing my mind.
He's got sea madness.
Lieutenant, throw this man in the brig.
By the way, I forget. Did you say at the did you have a name for your sub? If not, there is a name that we could use.
K69
official.
Yes.
No, it's the Aramita.
I am the captain of the Aramita.
Aramita.
And I say, throw this heretic in the brig
I would go
and
with
feed him some
K69.
spaghetti forgetty.
The widow fucker.
All right. So, are you continuing to get closer to observe
I
this
think,
thing?
yeah, let's get closer and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
You continue to
Get-
move the sub
No one's
closer.
Get that
obeying
man
my
ready.
orders?
Oh, I gripped the man up and put him in the brigs.
The SCP guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you
No,
lock
I'm
him.
not gonna rough him up or anything like
Sure.
that. Just
So you lock
put
him up.
in brig. Yep.
Okay.
He's got sea madness.
Now feed him the
see that.
spaghetti.
Do you want to feed him the spaghetti?
No.
You will not feed me that fucking forgetty spaghetti.
But I'm going to leave the petri dish open right next to the captain
Okay, it's just open.
and walk away.
So I have
All
to do
right.
everything around here myself.
What are you doing?
I guess we'll get closer,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure I know what we need to do.
All right. So you move closer still. Now,
Did we-
at this point, you are only a few hundred yards away from whatever this thing is. If you were to turn on the lights, you could definitely see what it is. But otherwise, it's pretty dark down here, so you can't just see it
All right.
by looking out the portholes.
Everybody on 3, we're going to flash the lights for a second and then turn them off.
Everyone look at as much as you can in that second.
Take a photograph if you can.
I am ready. Klaus, are you on the camera?
Klaus has 2 cameras set up.
I'm going to put this spaghetti sample in a floating basket balloon, so when the shub gets destroyed, it goes to the surface and sends a
Got it.
ping, because this is valuable stuff right here.
You know what's funny? In the actual case file, that's what happened. They put it on a little balloon.
I'm
It floats
fucking
up to the
smart.
sun.
That's what
Anyways.
happened.
So, all right. So you're gonna hit the lights. So
Off, on, and then off.
you're gonna hit the lights in 3, 2, 1,
Ka-chunk.
and that's where we're taking a
God
break.
damn it.
What's up, guys? Philip D here, coming in the middle of the episode, talk to you about patreon.com/botchpodcast. Here's something you probably didn't know. Did you know that the Discord is now free? Yeah, that's right. You get minimal access with a free Discord if you go to tiny.cc/botchediscord, all lowercase, and get in there and mix it up with a bunch of other people in the community. But if you do join that Patreon at $3, it unlocks the full Discord. Tens of rooms, bunch of different perks, everybody, talking about different animes, SCPs, weight loss, cooking. So if that is interesting to you, support us over at patreon.com/botchedpodcast. All right, let's get back to the silliness.
And we're back. All right. So the lights went on for a second, and then came back. So perception check. Out. All of you are lined up
With
along
advantage
the
because we're
portholes.
waiting for it.
You have a second. I'm not giving you advantage.
We'll roll for the crew, too.
There's not that many portholes. It's
I
not like
perceive
30
with
of them.
16.
Okay.
The captain also got a 16
Okay.
because I'm looking
20.
through the periscope.
Okay. Periscope. That's not going to do any good.
On a fucking submarine?
Yeah, it's on the top.
Yes, and I can look the way that the fucking lights are shining.
Okay.
The periscope is for outside water use, not inside water
I don't think.
use.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're supposed to use it underwater.
No, you're not supposed to use it underwater. So.
No,
I mean, you're the captain. I don't want to tell you how to run your ships.
So,
Klaus got the 20s.
in that brief moment, it looks like a coiled up. The closest thing that you could compare it to, when the lights flash on, you are looking right in the face of a giant, and by giant I mean gargantuan,
It's huge.
moray eel.
That's a moray.
Like, it is huge, and it is looking right at your sub.
I
And
don't
in
like
that
it.
split second that you look at it, all of you forget a lot of things in your life. And that headache has just gotten so painful.
I suddenly believe I'm a good person again.
Yeah. But yeah, you've forgotten a lot of what you're doing down here.
How much?
Roll me sanity.
Sanity. Well, Sanity's
shit.
my middle name. I, as a
4.
captain, got a 7.
You have no idea what you're doing down here. What
Do
even
I-
happened? Like
Do
a
I remember
second
that I'm
ago?
the captain?
Yeah, you remember the captain. You don't have any short-term memory. Like of the last 12 hours.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm on a mission. I must have blacked out again.
Who are you?
I'm the
Klaus
captain.
got a 9.
The captain of what? Not of my heart.
Yeah, you guys still remember who you are, but you don't remember why you're down here or what you're doing.
Oh, I still remember that I am SCP man.
Yes.
And all this stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, the last 12 hours are real fuzzy.
The last 12 hours. Oh, you say this with your mouth. I did not listen.
I did.
Do I have my tape recorder in hand?
You had a tape
Tape
recorder? You
recorder.
didn't
I've
mention
been
it.
keeping a captain's log, I've been saying.
I thought you were writing it down.
I thought you were writing it down. as
Even
well.
better. I go back over my captain's log for the
Okay.
past 12 hours.
So it looks like you sent some guy named Sailor Jerry out there. He died. There's this black jelly that you really want to feed to somebody, but no one will let you feed it to him.
Makes you forget things.
You call it Forgetty Spaghetti.
Forgetty Spaghetti. That's a good name.
Yep. And then you guys got down close to the creature, or you were heading that way, and that was the last note you wrote because you didn't write it down what you saw
looks
before you forgot.
Holy shit. This is a gold mine.
But yeah.
The Foundation, do you know what they could do with this? We could contain things, and life could go back to the way it was before.
On the sonar, it looks like whatever's down there is starting to move towards the boat.
I'm going to load we're going to take more samples of this goo and fire the torpedoes to the surface.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it's every man for himself because we're about to get destroyed by a giant thing.
More thing.
Moron.
I forgot we didn't know what it was.
Klaus,
I am Klaus.
while the captain loses his mind completely, we will sneak off to the man torpedo.
And
make
kiss.
That's right.
And make love.
we must strip down because it is very hot in there, and there's no. It's very tight, so we must
Very
oil
tight, very
up
hot.
our bodies so
Yes,
that we can
yes.
fit together.
I've
you're
got the
gl-
1,000 bottles of baby oil I can use.
That's right.
So you're launching yourselves in the torpedo tubes?
It's
they-
a man. It's a
have
man's
a man torpedo.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So you're putting
Yeah.
on your wetsuits.
And
or
I'm
whatever.
sending the sample to the surface for the SCP
we know we are
Foundation.
putting on our suit is very wet because
Sure.
it is made of baby oil.
Sure.
It's Johnson and Johnson manufactured.
Is the captain trying to drive away from, or sail, or
Yes,
whatever you want to call
and
it, and the submarines do, but
Yes.
move away?
Turning around,
Okay.
emptying the
full
ballast
speed?
tanks to go to the surface.
Okay, so you take off as
Or
fast as
fully,
possible.
yes, emptying them.
This thing
We are
moves.
going to get the bins.
Yeah, this thing moves surprisingly fast for how big it is. But the ship is, full power, going as fast as it can. Are you still launching the people tubes towards the surface? while
Well,
this is
yes,
happening?
and also I'm shooting the tubes at the creature in self-defense.
So I would
This
like
was
to
the
remind
plan.
you.
We will get unprecedented footage from inside the creature. Klaus is recording.
I've got my camera ready.
How is
right.
it getting sent back?
I've got
we
a
will
balloon.
come out the other
'Cause
end. We will go through
Oh,
it
you're gonna go the
inside
whole way
digestive
through.
tract.
Got
Yes,
it.
correct.
Remember, 'cause
we have
Okay.
We can eat the baby oil if need be.
So you're launching the Jacques Cousteau characters at the eel.
Well, I didn't know they went into the torpedo
calories
tube.
in baby oil.
The voice in head.
They did say they snuck off, to be fair.
I am covered head to toe in baby oil.
Yeah.
An epicac.
I go right through from mouth to ass,
Sure.
filming the entire way.
Yeah, sure.
On openfoodfacts.org, there is a food entry for Johnson's baby oil. 100 milliliters. It does not have any information. God damn it.
Yeah, when you said you were manning torpedoes, I figured it was to escape to the surface, not fly towards the creature, but okay.
Well, so...
we are crazy Europeans.
That's fair.
So.
All right, so you're launching backwards as the sub tries to escape?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, so the captain's thought was that he was shooting torpedoes at the creature to make their escape.
Yeah, you thought that, but instead it's two Frenchmen that you're firing at the...
Well, that's not
He's
German.
He's Austrian.
I am Germans.
Okay.
He's German, which is
I'm
European.
everything.
West Austria.
Sure. You're shooting two weirdos towards Critter. Okay.
We are aqua photographers.
Aqua Velva, got it. So you guys fire off into the water towards the Critter. And you see it pretty clearly because your man submersibles have lights. Your camera has a light on it or whatever. You see this absolute fucking massive moray eel coming right at you. Do an intelligence check.
Cool.
Do an intelligence check.
15.
Or perception. What'd you do?
Or perception.
Perception is 18.
Okay.
Klaus has critically failed.
He's... Yes.
Klaus has closed his eyes and is just riding it out.
Klaus has a fear of the waters.
Great. It's good. You're definitely not surrounded by it. As far as you could tell, it looks like the head of this thing's about 2.5 meters in diameter. Mm-hmm. And the body, based on what you could just see from the faint light, is somewhere, and you're not even 100% sure on this, but you're going to guess,
It's all coily.
between 600 to 900 kilometers long.
Wow.
I hope you like baby oil, Klaus. This will be a long journey.
Yeah. So, you immediately start to forget stuff, and that head pain is pounding, and you're starting to lose your minds a little bit. Roll me sanity saves.
Forgotten the taste of bread.
I rolled another 4.
19.
So Klaus is actually okay. He's closed his eyes. That's why he doesn't feel quite as
Nothing
badly.
can hurt me with me eyes closed.
But meanwhile, this fucking Brock Too Slow, you are losing your shit right now. You are misremembering many things. You are forgetting a lot of things, and you're hearing voices in your head as this moray eel is moving towards you, and its mouth is opening to swallow you whole. You guys just travel right down its gullet. Is that what I'm getting?
You
I
could
think
try to
that's
steer.
what's the plan.
They could steer the torpedo. It's a manned torpedo.
Now, Too Slow has forgotten this plan, so he just is. It's like he's waking up in the water and he freaks out. Like, because you rolled pretty low for sanity. So you just start freaking out. You let go of your submersible and you're just freaking out in the
But
water.
Klaus could escape.
Well, Klaus apparently has the camera and he's just going right down the throat of this thing, right?
Well, if I don't forget my plan, no, I will probably. There's no way to save Brock Too Slow.
No, both of you are definitely
Left him well
swallowed.
behind.
Yeah.
Could I somehow connect the camera to the torpedo and then send it up?
Give me a strength check or a sleight of hand or dex check or something.
It's a
that's
finesse
an 18
torpedo.
on the die.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of like flip yourself around and just push the torpedo away from you so that it goes back towards the submarine as
I went to the surface.
That's what I mean. But, I mean,
Which
he's
is
also
also
going
going
to
to
the
the surface.
surface. So
Okay.
like that general direction. As the moray eel's jaws close around you and Brock Too Slow.
Is the camera connected to the torpedo?
Yes.
Okay.
I figured it was just
Rip
latched on the front of
Klaus
it.
and Brock.
So yeah, so
Klaus is fine. Klaus is fine. Klaus is comfortable.
Yeah, she's very
Klaus is happy in tights.
She's comfortable in hell. So yeah, those two get eaten, and you guys go back to the surface. And you breach the surface. And you're now on the top of the water. The sonar has shown the creature has gone way back.
Yeah, he doesn't like the light.
It went way back. It was pursuing, it stopped, and then it turned around and went back. Not quickly.
Yes.
It also didn't get that close to the lights. So,
Yes.
meh.
I call it in to the Foundation,
Okay.
and I tell them all about the wonders of this 900-kilometer creature.
Okay. They're fascinated, and they send out more crews.
And that it's got memory loss qualities that might be able to be harvested for field use.
And you have a sample of this for
And I have a sample of it, and a prisoner in my brig that I could test it on.
The prisoner in the brig is a member of the SCP Foundation.
We are far away from any kind of
Let
land
me
law.
out of here.
You
All
just
I did
called
was
them,
voice opposition to some weird pyramid scheme sales of forget goo.
Okay. So let's say our researchers get a hold of this Forgetty Spaghetti, as he calls it. How would you like to experiment with it?
Well, is there any way to maybe take apart the chemical balance and remake it?
Roll me a medicine or an engineering check.
Well, you want to put it in a fucking particle accelerator?
That's a critical 20.
Wow. So you can recognize...
I'm a doctor, for fuck's sakes.
So, like, all of your peers can't recognize anything at all that's similar, like, recognizable to try and recreate
We'll
something.
put it in a centrifuge?
You actually recognize a few substances, but you still can't recreate this goo.
What are some of the substances that I recognize?
Sulfur dioxide,
Oh.
Franklinidine?
Franklinidine,
Oh.
Germanistanidine.
No, you can only get that down in Tijuana.
Yep.
Sodium benzoate to protect taste.
Yes, exactly. So you recognize those things. But, those things by themselves put together, not enough to really cause any sort of potent chemical compound. So this seems like the only way to get this particular substance. You can't recreate it. You have to get it from the source.
We got to get it from the
Not
fucking
that you've
eel.
tested it, so you don't even know what it does.
Well,
but
what if we give it to some of those fucking crazy Bubbles the Clown children?
you could try. I assume you still have some of them in custody.
Yeah, it could be the
We
best thing that
still
ever
have
happened
all
to
of
them.
them in custody.
Yeah. Fucking Timmy. I made you some pudding, Timmy.
I want flesh pudding. Is it made of flesh?
It's made out
Give
of the...
me your flesh. I want to carve it off of your fat goat body.
Yeah, I made this gelatin out of the blood of Franklinstein over here.
Agent Manicotti, perhaps you would like to allow a doctor to administer this.
Fucking, okay. Yeah, fuck you. Go
yes,
ahead.
Okay. Holy shit. I'm sorry. You have never given an intravenous injection before, correct?
I was just going to fucking feed it to him.
You were just going to feed it to him.
Here comes the fucking airplane.
You were going to just feed it to him.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor.
Well, it's jelly,
Okay,
so
well, if you're
it might
going
not work to inject it into the bloodstream.
Oh, obviously you are not as adventurous as I'm not French anymore.
I was like, I don't know.
Obviously you're not as adventurous as the Germans. We inject jelly all the time.
Okay.
I cannot break away from French.
Jelly injection.
It's hard to do two fucking accents in one
damn it.
episode.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at either of them. So
At least it wasn't that Irish Japanese accent, so it's fine.
you were the only person that was like.
You were the only one who
It was
thought
just
that.
you.
fine.
That was just you.
I was like, I can't tell what this is at first.
I was clearly Liam Neeson.
And then it
I
cleared.
fucking take like a
Liam
milligram.
Neeson,
That's right.
the newest car.
Fucking take
This
a
is-
milligram of this shit and feed it to Timmy.
Yeah, go.
All right.
Well, if you're going to, God, you know what? I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I slapped this fucking doctor. You're German, goddammit. You're German.
Yeah, get out of here, you weirdo. Tommy, feed him the goop.
All right. So he's restrained, so he can't really do anything.
Yeah.
So
Take a
you
little fucking eyedropper
Yeah.
in his little gullet.
force him to eat some of this goop, and he immediately forget. Like, how much did you put in?
An eyedropper, like two drops.
5 milligrams.
He forgets everything that happened that day.
Huh.
Does not remember anything at all.
But he's still a fucking little weirdo?
Well, yeah, because this happened earlier than a day.
All right, so how long has it been?
Oh, at this point, it's been a week.
All right, so if 2 drops gives him a day, a fucking, I don't know, 10, 14, I don't know, 16 drops. See what happens.
So you put 16 drops in, and he forgets about 16 days worth of time. And he seems to be a lot less murdery, but he's wondering where his parents are.
Timmy?
Yeah. Why? Where am I? Who are you?
You're at summer camp.
You're at fat camp,
Why
you
am I
fat little
tied
shit.
up? I'm not fat.
You were fat, now you're not
you're
anymore.
welcome.
You're
You're
cured.
Did you restrain me from eating? Is that why I'm in a straitjacket?
Now, Timmy,
Yeah.
how do you feel when I say Bubbles fucking the clown? What's it fucking?
Bobbles.
Bobble.
When I say the
Bobble,
name
technically.
Bobbles the clown.
I like clowns. Clowns are cool.
And how do you feel about knives?
They're dangerous. My mom tells me that I shouldn't. You don't run with knives. They'll stab you.
All right, I'm gonna
cut yourself and you'll die. Scary.
hesitantly let's leave him under observation for a couple days to see if it wears off.
Okay. It doesn't seem to wear off.
All right.
It's pretty potent.
Yeah.
This fucking Forgetty spaghetti. Like it may be a little too potent raw. Like it's too effective.
You could dilute it.
raw. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could probably. So like actually some of the other members of the SCP who have been working on their version of a Forgetty spaghetti, they're finding implementing this into their concoctions that they've already come up with, allow them to come up with different intensities of
Yeah, you're fucking welcome.
amnestics. So like, could be an hour, could be a day, could be a week, month, to basically like a pure batch. It's like a lifetime.
Well-
But you would need a lot more of this Forgetty spaghetti.
Well, we know where to get it.
yeah.
All these murder children, I cure them with this spaghetti so they don't remember or they're not fucking crazy no more.
Yeah, they're all asking where their parents are. And like, when do they get to go home from summer camp?
Well, that's a great news. We've got orphanages all over America for them to tour around.
Orphanages. I have parents. Like,
No,
I'm
you-
not talking to you,
No, you
child.
don't.
send me home.
all your parents died in a fucking plane
Car crash.
plane crash together.
Yeah, because you were too fat
God.
Yeah.
and you crashed the plane.
I was so fat the plane crashed.
That's
Yeah.
right.
How did I
right.
survive?
Because
you're
you're
fat.
a
The
roly
fat
poly
cushion
boy.
the blow.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the fat protected me. So I want to be fat.
Well, we got rid of it for you.
Sounds like a real double-edged sword.
Well,
Yep.
But luckily,
Sorry.
Life is
the-
complicated.
Double-edged lord.
no, don't try to stretch it out, son.
Okay.
Luckily, the burger joint down. God, it's burger. Fucking. Look.
Burgermeister.
I'm from New Zealand for a second.
Burgermeister Macaroni.
Child labor is fucking cool, and you'll be fine.
What? You
So
got-
how... Okay, shut up. We're away from the children now. The parents are
I'm
talking.
still here.
Put them to work.
Parents are talking. They're dead.
So how do you think we should harvest some of this goops?
Well, we fucking know that when someone gets close to it, it emits a cloud, right?
That's
So,
not
like-
how the report puts it.
The report says that when somebody is
Well, someone's eating.
Yes.
eaten,
Yeah.
quote unquote, sacrificed to
When
the
something's eaten,
look
it
like
excretes a big
healing.
cloud of goo.
All right, so we find people who are to be executed, and we just send them down there, and then we harvest the goo.
Thank God for Texas.
Yeah.
So you institute this, and the researchers working on it call it the ATSAC protocol. And so according to their findings, their research anyways, and they still have to be very careful because getting close to this thing will still fuck with your brain, and they have to monitor all the staff to make sure that they don't go crazy just from overexposure. Some of the scientists literally bash their head against the portholes trying to get out of the water.
Well,
Gotta break a couple eggs.
Sure.
Well, hold on. Couldn't we just have a boat and then lower like a D class down in a
Like in a
submarine
cage,
suit?
in a shark cage.
Yeah, but you still got to get the goo.
In a shark cage, and
That's fair.
with a bucket, and we
Yeah.
just like
With a
take
bucket.
we take
In
people from
water.
from the Nuremberg trials straight to the fucking shark cage,
Gotcha.
and
Well-
then we send them down.
So you find that when this creature eats like a certain amount of food, according to your findings, like 3D class,
Yeah.
it becomes very docile for about 2.5 hours.
Gets fucking full.
So it doesn't and it just sits there and it excretes this stuff out of its head. Mm-hmm. But it does not seem to try to attack any of the people coming to get the goo if it's within that 2.5 hour window.
So we get a real tummy full and then we fucking excrete.
Yeah.
Harvest.
Yeah. So this seems like basically an unlimited, depending on your definition of how many people you have at your disposal.
Ethics
unlimited.
committee.
They're like, well, you're sending these D-class, as we've designated them, which are death row inmates.
Is that what the D stands for? Death row?
Yep. Yeah, or disposable.
That's
it
a
really
great
depends.
thing. Disposable class.
Disposable class.
Wouldn't that just be the middle class? Is the disposable class?
No, the middle class
keep
is
going,
really strong
keep
right
going.
now. So the ethics committee's fine with it because you're basically sending people who are on death row down there, and then by sacrificing them to this creature, you're getting this goo, which then helps other people, like the murder children. Although they still don't have parents or anything, but at least they're not psychopaths.
Yeah, that's a win.
Or anything like that. So, yeah. So you've done this with this creature. Is there anything else you want to do or try, or are you good with designating this and just continuing with this protocol on a regular basis?
Does the type of person we send have any kind of difference?
No, it doesn't seem to.
All right.
It's just a matter of, once it eats enough, after it eats any amount, it starts to excrete goo. But like I said, you just kind of have to be careful.
What if he eats a cow?
Well, getting a cow down into the ocean is a tough time.
I want to fucking know.
Well, we can do that test later.
Roll animal handling.
Well, you can't just fucking trank a cow and put it on a goddamn U-boat.
So you just...
I'm not doing it.
No, roll me animal handling.
I got a 7.
Yeah, you got to train it to work the little submarine.
You go down in this submarine with this cow.
I fucking don't do shit.
No, it's you. This is your personal
just an
venture.
idea.
You're doing it. So you're trying to figure out a way. How do I get this cow down here? So you strap torpedoes to it and you launch it. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
The torpedoes go wicky-walkie. It's just it just doesn't
I don't know what the fuck I'm
seem
doing.
to. You don't know what you're doing. Is your big problem. How do I get cow through water? You try it with a awake cow, doesn't work. Cow freaks out. Try it with sleepy cow, still doesn't really work because you don't have the right propulsion system to send a cow at it.
Fuck this shit.
Hey, Tommy, what about a manatee? It's like a cow of the
that's
sea.
a sea cow. Yeah.
That's right.
The ethics committee says no.
They're too.
Oh,
they're
man.
too fucking cute.
That's right. They're
They're not
adorable.
endangered yet.
They're also.
Not
It doesn't
yet.
matter. They're adorable.
All right, fucking get me out of this fucking place.
What are you going to do with all these cows now?
Fucking barbecue.
Okay. All right. So you spend an inordinate amount of time trying to make the cow thing work. I mean,
It's a solid question.
you have a whole herd of cows on this fucking submarine. There's more cows than staff at this point, and you're just going through all these experiments, but you just can't make it work because you aren't a scientist, I don't think. And
I'm
you
a
also,
fucking investigator.
Yeah,
I'm a criminal profiler.
sure. So yes, you have no idea how to make this work. You're just like, I don't know, fucking strap rockets to these cows or something. I don't fucking know. It's a cow. But you spend weeks, and eventually you just kind of give up and go back to the
I
base.
gave up after the first fucking cow. Come on. Let's
Nah,
be real.
I want to make it more humiliating. You spend weeks trying to make it work, and you just can't. So then they just have to take the cows back to India, basically. Because they're like, I don't know what to do with these fucking cows.
Well, hold on. We were taking cows from India? We were taking their sacred cows?
No,
From
you took
India?
other cows, but they're like, we don't feel like transporting them all back to where they came from.
Okay,
So just
that's fair.
drop them off on India. It's fine. They like cows.
Okay. I thought we were going to have to use this forget-me-goo on all of India.
The whole population.
That's
Remember
right.
those cows. But yeah, so the SCP designates this one as SCP-3000, otherwise known as Anatasesha. And with that, we're going to call it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Check us out next time.
SCP Andre 3000.
Andre 3000.
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Reddit, and Twitch at Botched Podcast. This episode of Botched was brought to you by the Patreon producers, Big Jim, The Nug Lord, Chronic Skinnerd, B-Mail, Disgruntled Furniture, Chris Wisdom, Shinigami, Lost Limey, Jay Squeezy, and Old Scabby Goose. Support us on our favorite websites, freedomvalleyhorsepace.com, dickblood.club, buytheseviagra.com, louisianapocketgopher.com, damnyoudentist.com, meetcreeps.com, partymormons.com, chongogrande.com, chugyourmilk.com, daddydentist.com, raoulsmovingcastle.com, or simply patreon.com/botchpodcast. Thank you to Tal Shi and the Mob Squad keeping our Discord running and safe. The Discord is now free to the public. That is tiny.cc/botchdiscord, all lowercase, and get in there and hang out with everybody. You want to support the show but can't do it financially? Head on over to iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get this show, and leave us a 5-star review. Thank you to Gozer, featuring Lonnie from the Forensic Polaroids. Check out both those bands over on Spotify. Thank you to Swan for album art. You can find her all over the internet at a swan named Emily. Send something to the show. You can do so at P.O. Box 3178, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, 17325. We'll open it up here on stream. And as always,
as you coat your Austrian assistant in baby oil and ride a torpedo towards a 900-kilometer moray eel, scream botched, and we'll hear you.
We'll see you next week, nerds.
You can support each of us in our own little different ways. My first comic book has come out, and if you'd like to purchase it, you can head on over to www.hiveheadstudios.com, where you can even download a free sample of the book to see if it's something, up your alley. You can also support me over at patreon.com/hiveheadstudios. You can support Steve's stuff over at YouTube or TikTok or any of his other social media at He Who Is Steve. You can support Phil on Patreon or Twitch at Imaginary Nomad, and you can check out Chonky every so often on Twitch at Chonky_Kong.
We have such smiles to show you.
Cicadas.
We've got cicadas to show you.
Cicadas. Every 17 years, the cicadas emerge in North Carolina. At
great
Augusta
cicada.
National Golf Course.
There's one above all, the great cicada.
The great Cicada.
The Queen
Cicada.
Cicada.
No, that's a Street Fighter character.
Cicada?
Cicada.
Cicada.
Cicada? Cicada?
Mm-hmm.
Get that scar on your chest. Fucking cicada. Cicada.
Cigar on your
Fucking
fucking
cicada.
chest.